I remember clearly many years ago, I used to watch a show called Deadliest Catch. And I remember in particular, there was one episode where this captain was piloting a boat. He had a small crew, and one of the men fell overboard into the Bering Sea. And if you know the Bering Sea, it's something like 35 degrees. You wind up dying of hypothermia in like 5 minutes. So the crew on board panicked. They lost their mind. They went nuts, screaming, hollering, yelling. And the captain just remained calm and cool and collected and very focused. And he just said over the PA, go get the life suit, and we're going to come around. And I was just like, I was taken back by this because here there's a clear life threatening situation, and this guy's just like, I was like, wow. I just totally admired his focus and his calmness in that life threatening situation. And then many years later, it just really dawned on me like, wow, he knows that there's no such thing as a problem, because the worst thing that you want to do in a situation that seems to be life threatening is to add fuel to the fire. But when you realize that there's actually no fire, there's nothing to add any type of fuel to, because it's all just imaginary. So in times when it feels like everything's coming down around you and things are falling apart and all of this type of stuff, the last thing you want to do is start panicking and going nuts and just losing your mind. You don't want to even do that. You just want to find yourself in a situation where you're actually just in control of the whole situation, because you're not going to feed an illusion, because problems are illusions. It could be like, you lost your job and the bills are compounding down around you. The last thing you want to do is lose your cool, because that's when the darkness is going to take control of and just ruin everything. It's just going to make you lost and aggravated and upset, and you're going to become infuriated, enraged, and you just, it's going to be, you're going to take something that's nothing and make it into this gigantic mountain of a mess. So I know that what I've learned from that captain on that ship many years ago is that no matter what life throws at you, just, yeah, okay, so, I'm going to take care of it. This is what I'll do. Just have, strategize, man. You just got to just, formulate a plan and just execute it. That's it. What is the best way out of this or whatever? Not, that's it. Because every problems are illusions, solutions are reality. So the reality of your situation is that you are the solution, you're the answer, and you can rectify anything at any time. That's some of the powers of your unlimited transformative potential energy. It isn't just, like I said, manifesting in celestial bodies and consciousness. It can be applied to any area and every area of your life if you allow it. So you have to realize that everything happens for a reason, to test you. And none of this is real, because when you pass, they're going to show you that none of this was real. It was just a test, like a gigantic video game. So there's nothing to take serious, you know? But it's never a time to panic, because it's not in a situation where you won't be able to rectify it inside yourself. If you cannot control the external experience, you can control how you handle yourself, reacting to it or not, and not adding fuel to that fire. Because I've seen people. I remember one time I worked at a job years ago where these two girls couldn't stand each other, and it was snowing. We had a big snowstorm, so everybody had to clear the parking lot out for this hotel. And this one girl, she refused to move her car because she just couldn't stand the other girl. So I had to be like the mediator there, and I was like, "Okay, hold on, you go stand over there." And I was talking to the other girl in the car, and I basically guided her, because what happened is she parked so close to the other girl, like a centimeter away. And since everything was snow, it was a high probability which she'd sail into the car and like destroy it. So I just took over the situation. I just level headed. I said, everybody calm down. None of this crazy bantering back and forth is going to help anybody. So the girl in the car, I said, listen, just follow my directions to the letter. I'll get you out of here without damaging her car. And the other girl was moaning and screaming. I was like, look, just relax. I'll get her out. And she listened to me perfectly. I mean, she came like within a hair's length of that car, but she got out of that spot. Everybody was happy, and they all went about their way. So there's always a way to do it properly, and there's a way to do it improperly. The improper way is to just get fired up, lose your cool, and just go nuts and just start swinging, and literally too. The proper way is to just analyze it. What is the universe attempting to teach me through the energies of these experiences? Because I know it's an illusion. So the universe is attempting to teach you, don't lose your, you know what. Just remain intact and keep calm. Don't surrender your sanity to anything. When you become paralyzed beyond the capacity of all rational thought, then something else is in control of you. And that something else is not a pleasant energy. It is an exceedingly unpleasant energy that's going to turn your life into a freaking nightmare if you allow it. Because as I've said before in previous videos, the darkness looks for any area in your life to penetrate and just contaminate and destroy. It basically has 3 prime directives: crush, kill, destroy. That's it. That's all it operates on. Crush your dreams, kill your hopes, destroy your positivity. Wipe that smile off your face, make you an unconscious soldier in their army of darkness like everybody else, drifting aimlessly through life, hating everything. And you don't want to carry that stuff. And it doesn't have to be that way. So if you're confronted by what you perceive as a challenge, just assess the situation logically, not with your feelings and emotions, because they can get you in trouble. They're irrational, illogical, unstable, and unreliable. Forget about feelings and emotions. There's no place for those types of energies in that particular type of situation. So in that sense, you have to understand that you are in charge of everything. Just assess it. Start breaking it down. How many different ways can I rectify this, resolve it, conclude this, bring it to fruition, a happy outcome, whatever, or something remotely close to being beneficial. There's always a logical step that you can take, because sometimes the prudence of the logical, figurative, analytical mind is the way to go. Prudence and pragmatism, will get you out of a sticky situation very quickly, as opposed to your feelings and emotions where you're operating on impulse and instinct, and you just, it could be real messy real quick. That's why people get into trouble and they fight, and, then guns start being pulled and all that. It's crazy. It's nuts. It's just crazy, because now you're acting from an irrational point, an unstable, illogical, unreliable place, which is your feelings and emotions, where they have no place to be in a situation like that. I remember I heard a story quite a few months back where these 2 guys were fighting over a parking space in Manhattan, and one guy pulled out a gun and shot the other guy's daughter in the head for a parking space. So that's how quickly things can escalate into just catastrophic meltdown. That's how crazy people are. So it doesn't have to be that way. It's just that people are being programmed to just be, inhuman. And this is what makes it harder and harder for them to rectify a situation that has an easy solution. But since the primitive brain won't allow them to see those, available options that are afforded to them right there, it just goes into kill instinct: crush, kill, destroy. And that's it. I have to punch my way out or shoot my way out of this place. And that's basically what it comes down to. That's why people have no patience anymore. That's why what video shorts are doing to you is programming you to have no patience anymore. It used to be 3 minutes, 2 minutes. Now the ceiling is 1 minute. Then it'll be a 30 seconds, and then 15, and then 5, because you don't have any patience to sit still and take an interest in anything long enough before that interest wears off, the novelty wears off, you lose interest, and you're on to something else. And then you didn't establish a connection long enough to create anything of substance. That's the whole intent of video shorts. I think they came out with them, with TikTok started with them first, because I never saw them on YouTube. And then YouTube adopted it, and they're all doing it now. If you really check the subliminals, they're conditioning you not to have concentration, focus, any type of a semblance of any semblance of an attention span or concentration. Nothing. You can't sit still. And in a situation where you could easily rectify it with a logical, prudent approach, but if you don't have that patience to, allow that process to initiate and activate, then you're just going to start swinging. Like they say in the old days, go for what you know. And unfortunately, a lot of people, the only thing they know is violence, because they're programmed like that. But anyway, there's always an easy solution to anything. You just have to be prudent, logical, pragmatic, and just, literally just assess the situation. And then you'll come to the creation of a solution to rectify it, and move on to something else. But allow the experience to teach you to be a better person, not bitter. That's for sure.